Yours.
Thank you. Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to the Sunday scaffolding. We are progressing our little book and our little lessons, and it's getting more and more interesting for me. Hopefully, as interesting for you. I'm going to share my screen. I think, Sean, can you put everybody on mute except me, and then we can go for it. I'm going to share my screen. Just bear with me. Go. Okay, so it's napkin presentation number 7. Where to spend your time, chapter 8. I'll just run through the introduction again. When you subtract out the sleeping time, commuting time, working time, and time for things you have to do each and every day of your life, almost all people don't have more than 1 or 2 hours each day to do what they like to do. And if they had the time, would they have the money to do it? We have discovered a way for you to learn how to own your life by building a home-based business. And we have a system for doing it that is so simple, anyone can do it. It doesn't require selling. And the best part of it, it won't take much of your time. So below is a graph which lays out pictorially where you should be spending your time. Basically, 100% of your time at the beginning should be spent sponsoring people. But you ask, should I not be spending my time learning, as the first few weeks are supposed to be my training month? Yes, you are correct. But remember, your sponsor helping you to sponsor is part of your training. Even though your sponsor does the work, you still get the credit for being the sponsor. Bit of a mouthful. In network marketing programs, you can sponsor someone else into the business just as soon as you have been sponsored. And with our system, with our website that we get immediately, as soon as you register on that website, you can start sponsoring. You can start the business straight away. When you first get into network marketing, your business is new. If you want your business to be a successful business, you now know that you must find 5 serious people to sponsor. You may have to sponsor more than 5 to find 5 that want to be serious. As time goes on, the amount of time you spend on sponsoring people drops off. Why? Because all of a sudden you find 1 serious person, and then 2 serious people, and then 3 and 4. And when you have 5 serious people, you can quit spending your time looking for people to sponsor. Now you're going to spend your time teaching those 5 gold ships to sponsor. Teach them also to teach their people to sponsor. When they've gone 3 or 4 deep in building their own groups and don't need you anymore, then you can go looking for another serious person to sponsor to replace them. So you're still looking for people, but not so fast anymore. When you have 5 serious people, you should be spending 95% of your time working with those 5 serious people, and 2.5% of your time servicing the customers you have from your friends, and 2.5% of your time planting seeds. This way, when 1 or more of your 5 serious people are harvested and don't need to be watered and cultivated anymore, You can work with the seeds you planted and help them to sprout. So that is our time all sorted out. 95% of your time is working with your past year's people. And only 2.5% of your time servicing your customers and 2.5% of your time planting seeds, which sort of makes sense. You should be aware that 100% of the time you are moving the product. It's a natural result of working with your people. That's the selling part of the business, which we like to call the sharing part. So, next week, we will be discussing napkin presentation 8, the sizzle sells the steak. So, I look forward to going through this chapter 9 next week. It will be a little bit longer than this week's one, but hopefully you have seen where to spend your valuable time, and by next week we can start the next chapter. So I'm going to stop sharing, and Sean is going to stop recording.